Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of Yoleno TV. Raila Odinga has just issued a statement, and it's a specific reference to the event yesterday at the Parliament buildings, in which in attendance was him, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Martha Karua. They attended that session whereby the petitioners were called for a meeting. So Raila Odinga had a lot of concern regarding what was going on, and he linked whatever that the parliament was doing to what used to happen during the Moise era. Mind you, during Moise era, you were not allowed to speak your mind. I mean, that is what Raila Odinga has said in that statement that I'm about to share with you. So again, part of the things that he mentioned is that the 4 commissioners should boycott the pending summon that I think to take place, because they have a right to do so. Because what they're saying is that the parliament is basically usurping powers that were supposed to be for the commission, for tribunal. That this is supposed to be an activity of a tribunal. That the tribunal is the one who's supposed to summon the 4 commissioners, and that parliament is only limited to summoning the petitioners.
Kenyans are being turned into passive bystanders in their affairs, with grave implications for our unity, our stability, and governance as a nation. The Ruto administration is taking us back to the state of affairs last witnessed in the Nyayo regime of the 1980s. This kind of impunity, selective injustice, and capture of institutions will have grave consequences. We are here to sound a warning. No one should lie to this regime that we will sit back and watch a return of the Nyayo regime by another name. And I want to repeat, we want to warn this regime that we will not sit back and watch a return of the Nyayo regime by another name. If deepening and widening the divisions among Kenyans is what the UDA regime wants, we will only be too happy to help them along that path. The injustice being inflicted on the IEBC commissioners, if it proceeds as currently conceived, will mark the beginning of a massive pushback against the Ruto and those who think like him, but the people of Kenya. We will openly and robustly lead that pushback. We call on our houses of parliament to be guarantors of the rule of law and justice in the country and stop being enablers of the constitutional revenge mission they have been deployed on against the 4 commissioners. The mission the National Assembly is on is actually unconstitutional. Article 259 of our constitution states, a member of a commission or the holder of an independent office is not liable for anything done in good faith in the performance of a function of that office. I want to repeat. A member of a commission or other holder of an independent office is not liable for anything done in good faith in the performance of a function of the office. Unquote. By summoning these commissioners, Parliament is usurping the role of a tribunal. They are trying to prejudice whatever tribunal could be formed. Parliament's role must be limited to summoning the petitioners and deciding whether the issues raised warrant the setting up of a tribunal. In any case, the conduct of the commission was part of the election petition. None of the commissioners was found to have committed any offense. Only Chebukati was found to have acted unilaterally. This probe is therefore politically motivated. It is a continuation of the witch hunt mission that Ruto is on. It will turn into a nasty partisan fight at a time we need to unify the country and tackle our problems. In fact, we advise the commissioners to boycott it in the interest of constitutionalism and rule of law. This country wants to move on. UDA must allow it to move on. With all the problems Kenyans are going through, a focus on punishing 4 commissioners who did not agree with their chairman is trivial, vindictive, and vile. It must stop. It will not end well. End of the statement. Thank you. Now, I have with me here my other colleagues, and I want to invite them to say a few words, because we are dealing with a very monumental issue, a matter of grave national importance. Where we are standing on a precipice. And as I've mentioned in my statement, Kenyans will not take this lying down. Maybe you want to start with Professor.
The thing was so good.
RAILA termed the whole process as a witch hunt and a Moi era tactic to gag the commissioner so that they can only do according to what they are told. Mind you, IBC is independent from the word I, independent, electoral and boundaries commission. But what we are seeing or witnessing in today's event is what Raila Odinga is saying, that the independent part is being taken away by the Kenya Kwanza government. So Raila Odinga is apportioning this blame on the UDA government and saying that they are the ones who are doing these things behind the scene, that the parliament is being pushed. I think Raila Odinga is literally trying to tell even the speaker that, look here, ulikuwa na sisi wakati wa struggle, so why are you turning a blind eye on this? Because I remember Moses Wetangula used to be one of those front runners. People used to fight for democracy. So I don't know why what has changed now is not even fighting for that democracy anymore. I think going forward, leaders should also come on board. Leaders like Boni Alwale, these are people who've been championing for democracy. Leaders like Musala Mudavadi should not turn a blind eye on democracy now that he's the prime CS. So a host of other leaders are supposed to join Raila Odinga's call to end whatever that is happening at the parliament's building, because that is akin to taking us back to the Moise era. Because again, what Raila Odinga is saying is that this UDA government took the constitution, put it under the carpet, and decided to use their own rules. So I think that is why you find that during inauguration, when the president was given the Bible, the constitution and everything, he took the constitution, put it down, took a sword up. So that was symbolic that hapa ni sheria tu mtatumia. Of course, the country needs sheria itumike. Of course, I think Raila Ruto's tactic is also not bad, because now that is what the country needs. But again, the constitution has to be adhered to, and Raila Odinga cannot be wrong. Kindly share what your thoughts are, subscribe to this channel, give us a like, you can hit the notification bell, and once again I'd like to say thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much until we meet again for another analysis.